Hey, 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 Angie Rae here with Girl That's Toxic. Ooh, wee. Mr. Toxicity, it's your turn. George Santos has finally been brought up on federal charges. He was in court this morning while you were asleep probably, getting your beauty sleep. He was being arraigned in federal court. Well, who am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about him. Look how excited he looks to be a part of the U.S. House of Representatives. Oh my goodness. Look how he just looks like this really nice guy. You wouldn't know that he is the most amazing pathological liar. Pathological liar. So ever since he's been in Congress, which has been, for a hot second, he has just not, I just don't know what to say. This guy is the biggest liar. His entire life is. So here he is, Mr. Perky, really happy to be a part of the United States House of Representatives. Look at him. Uh-oh. Looks like he's speaking, which could mean falsehoods are falling out of his mouth. Ooh, he's speaking there, bunny quoting something. Falsehoods are falling out of his mouth. So, let me back up a little bit. So back in December 2022, the New York Times did an article. They published an article which suggested that Representative-elect at the time, George Santos, lied on his resume. But prior to the big newspaper coming up with this information, a very small, tiny newspaper. It's called the North Shore Leader it's in Long Island, okay? He represents New York's 3rd Congressional District, which is parts of Queens, and then Long Island. So this small, tiny paper in Long Island, they raised a red flag. They wrote several months before the December article came out in the New York Times, and they wrote about and it's in bunny quotes, his inexplicable rise in reported net worth. So in 2020, he basically had no income, but come 2022, he had $11 million. Well, I mean, somebody could have had a windfall or, could have gotten an inheritance. Yeah, shut up, Angela. That's not what happened. But before I get back to George, let me just say this. This is why we need to support small newspapers. We do not need small newspapers, small publications going away. They did the hard work. They did the hard work that these larger publications like the New York Times, the Washington Post, Los Angeles Times, you're getting my point, okay? Dallas Morning News, however you want to go, Houston Chronicle. They weren't doing the story. The small newspaper raised the red flag, raised the eyebrow of something is rotten in Denmark. Check this out. This is a newspaper that likes to support Republican candidates. But in 2020, they couldn't support the Republican candidate because they said George Santos was what? Fake. Fake. I don't want to be on screen with him. Fake. So they begrudgingly endorsed the Democrat. That's how bad things were. You've got a paper that's a right-leaning paper that's like, we want to uplift the Republican who's running. Yeah, makes sense. They couldn't with this guy. He was such a liar. So this is his day today. This is George Santos today after he was arrested by federal authorities on 13 counts. He pleaded not guilty to charges that, let me just give you the overall charges. Wire fraud, money laundering, theft of public funds, and making false statements to Congress. And to be more specific, he pleaded not guilty to charges. He duped donors, stole from his campaign, and lied to Congress about being a millionaire while he was collecting unemployment benefits. I'm just so... I don't know how to be this dastardly. I just don't know how do you get away with any of this? Any of this? I mean, I wouldn't be able to get away with any of this or even know how to do any of this. Oh, that's because I'm not a liar. This man is a liar. And I'm going to repeat what I said because I'll include down below the first episode I did on George Santos. And I also went at the Democrats because I'm very confused why a right-leaning newspaper is the one who initially said, hey, we got an issue here. Where were the Democrats? There was a Democrat running against him. You know, you had the DNC, you got all this stuff, you got the DCCC, all this stuff. And no Democrat recognized that this man was a pathological liar. Like, easy, just lying about stuff that is easy to verify. I don't know where the Democrats were in that, but I do not understand the people of the 3rd Congressional District in New York continuing to support this person. I haven't really heard anything from constituents about how they feel about this man representing them. If they feel duped, you should. You deserve better than this. You deserve better than this. You deserve a better candidate. And it looks like you're going to have that possibility. But guess what? George Santos, a couple of weeks ago, he filed for re-election. And he's still heading in that direction. But now you're heading in that direction with federal indictments. So, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and second in charge Steve Scalise, this is what they had to say. Santos deserves a presumption of innocence until proven guilty. Now looky here. As a University of Virginia law grad, down for it. Absolutely. Everybody deserves the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. George, you have said and done so much stuff. You have just gotten in your own way to where everyone just now sees guilt. But you're going to have a chance to go to court to defend yourself. All of these accusations, there's just so many of them, they're just ludicrous. I mean, I just cannot believe that someone like this was able to dupe as many people as he was able to in order to get elected. Again, Democrats, where was the opposition research? Why weren't you doing a deep dive? So I am happy to say I woke up this morning and that this man is finally being asked to answer for all of the things that he's said and done, all of the things that are of a criminal nature, and we'll see where this goes. But I have to have faith in the legal system that this man is going to be taken out. So, got Donald Trump yesterday, George Santos today. Who's next?